If your home was on the market for 30 days or more and you had less than 10 showings, your home is 10% overpriced, which means if your home was on the market at $1 million, your home should be priced at $900,000, and had you been priced at $900,000, your home would have sold. I'm going to give you a couple of tips for if you are one of those people that are considering hiring a different realtor, what to look out for and what to look for when hiring your next agent. Good morning. Today is Saturday. It is 10 a.m. My name is Jessica Nelson, and this is How to Get Your Home Sold webinar. Why am I hosting this? You're about to find out, but I can imagine what led you here. All of these phone calls from real estate agents. Why are they calling me now? And where the heck were they when my home was on the market? Very common question. And it's something I'm going to help answer for you today. Some of the other questions I'm sure you have: why didn't my home sell? What happened? I have this wonderful property in an ideal geographic location. Why didn't my home sell? So what I've put together is a webinar to help you to answer some of these questions. I do this every Saturday. So if you know a home seller that's struggling to get their home sold, go ahead and share this information with them. It is, you can ask questions. They have the ability to pick my brain as a professional. So if you think that this content would be helpful or useful to someone you know, go ahead and share it with them. All right, we're going to get right into it. So this is the How to Get Your Home Sold webinar. My name is Jessica Nelson, and I'm a real estate agent here in Dallas, Texas. So what is our mission today? By the end of this webinar, you will have learned why homes don't sell and what to do differently this time. Definition of insanity, you've heard it 1,000 times. Why do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? What needs to happen this time? Get expert insights tailored to your personal situation. Feel confident in choosing the right path for your property and your family. Your journey to success starts now. So some people, when they've gone through this experience, they start to feel like, why me? This was awful. I had all of these showings. I've packed up my things. Why am I going through this? Well, first of all, take some comfort in knowing you're not alone. Over 16,000 listings expired in 2024, according to the MetroTex MLS. The other thing that you should be excited and give you hope is it's not impossible. Whatever you might be feeling about, I can't get my home sold, or it's just not possible, we have to wait, that's not an accurate assessment of reality. Over 77,000 homes sold in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area in the year 2024. You can certainly be number 77,120. Now, some of the people that you might identify with are some of our previous clients. This gentleman is someone that we took great joy in assisting. His name was Xavier. He's a veteran, a husband, a father of two, and after finding the dream home for his family that was big enough for all of them to live in comfortably, he thought it would be pretty easy to sell his first home since it's a great neighborhood, great school district. The homes there sell pretty well. Well, unfortunately, what he found is that he was carrying two mortgages because the market or his agent just wasn't what they expected it to be on the first home. This created a lot of frustration, stress, and all Xavier needed was some results. Does anybody feel like you're Xavier right now? So, what makes me qualified to teach this class and to be a guide for you here today? So, Xavier is just one example, but our guidance has helped over 300 people in similar situations. Having had all of these experiences with different homes, different locations, different situations, we've learned a lot along the way. And what we have learned, we are here to share with you to help you to get the results you're looking for with your home. So we hope that having done this 300 times makes you feel comfortable spending this time with us here today. So, what makes me qualified to teach this class? If what I'm telling you isn't enough, and I understand the society we live in, we do need to verify sometimes. Go ahead right now and go on Zillow.com, put in Jessica Nelson Dallas Global Group, and you can take a look at some of our 100 over 100 5-star reviews. And if you wanted to look at me personally, not just what me as the team leader has done, you can go ahead and go on homes.com right now and put in my name, and you will see how many home sellers I have helped in the past 3 years here in Dallas, Texas. All right. So now that you guys trust that I'm the right person to guide you, let's get into it. Why homes don't sell? This is probably the only reason you really want to chat with me today. There are three main reasons why homes didn't sell. And if some of these pictures look like you, again, this is how most of our clients look and feel when we first meet them, defeated. Wait till you see how you look at the end. Stick with me. So, why don't homes sell? The first reason is price. Obviously, this is what realtors love to tell you: reduce the price, reduce the price. But we're going to talk about some quantifiable data that you can decide for yourself whether or not your price was the right price. Because despite what your realtor might have told you, data never lies. We're going to take a look at that. Marketing. This is probably the number one reason, and most of you are concerned with, well, our marketing wasn't there last time. What do we need to do this time? We'll take a look at that. And then the third reason is something that you really cannot change, but we can give you a plan to overcome: location. Unless you're living in a mobile home, location is not something you can actually change about your home, but you can take a look at a plan to overcome if there is an issue. And then obviously, condition. Condition can be an issue for us here in Texas, where we have a lot of weathering for our properties. We will also discover whether or not that could have been a factor for you and why your home didn't sell. All right. Was it my price? So here is some data for you. Forget what your realtor told you. Let's look at actual actions. If your home was on the market for 30 days or more and you had less than 10 showings, your home is 10% overpriced, which means if your home was on the market at $1,000,000, your home should be priced at $900,000. And had you been priced at $900,000, your home would have sold. If you received 10 showings in the 30 days or more you were on the market, but you never received an offer, you're roughly 5% overpriced. 5%, if you were on the market at $1,000,000, you would have sold at $950,000. Now, what if your realtor underpriced your property? This does happen. If you receive multiple offers in 30 days or less at your asking price or very close to your asking price, you are likely 2% underpriced, and your realtor should have been able to create a negotiation situation to receive $1,020,000 for you. Get it? 2% overpriced. We're sticking with $1,020,000. Now, obviously, there are other factors that go into this, like a robust marketing plan, but just pure numbers for a good agent, This is how we evaluate whether or not we have priced a home properly and whether or not that home requires an adjustment. Some agents feel that reducing a price is disrespectful to you. Can I share why it's actually bad service to not reduce the price? Well, I assume if you really need to get your home sold, you would want to know if your home was overpriced so that you could decide whether or not you wanted to make an adjustment or to just enjoy the home. If your realtor never provided you with any data to make that assessment, they actually devalued your property by leaving it on the market for an extended period of time without receiving offers, without getting the home sold. Because we all know, you yourself as a buyer, me myself as a buyer, if you guys are going out to look at a home, right? You find the home you love and you ask the realtor, well, how long has it been on the market? The realtor tells you 100 days. Are you going to make an asking price or are you going to make an offer below asking? At 100 days, you're always going to lowball or make a lower offer. That's what all buyers do. So, by your realtor or you deciding not to lower the price when one was needed and leaving it on the market for an extended period of time, you have actually devalued your property. Don't worry, there is a solution. All right. So, the next reason, marketing. If it wasn't your price, what was it? Was it your agent? Signs that your home was not properly marketed. Number one, lack of showings from your agent's efforts. If all you ever received was texts from Showing Time or Brokers Bay or one of those services, and you never heard from your agent bringing their own buyer or telling you about an agent or a relocation that they had coming, your agent likely was not doing any outreach. They just stuck the sign in the yard and waited for someone to come. Now, with the type of money that you are expected to pay in commissions, that should feel insulting to you. An agent should be actually going out and selling a home. If you go on ChatGPT right now and ask for the definition of broker, you will find that what a real estate broker is supposed to do is go out and find a buyer for a seller and put a deal together. That does not mean sitting around and waiting. You have every right to feel frustrated if this is the level of service that you received. Another sign that your home was not properly marketed was no weekly market updates. Did you receive any type of professional feedback on a regular basis with information about your SEO analytics? How often was your listing appearing in searches? Was the property saved or favorited by potential buyers? Have there been any virtual tours and engagement on any of the virtual marketing being done? Did you have any knowledge of this? If you don't even know what I'm talking about, that is a huge red flag. Any agent in today's market should have a clear understanding of how to use these tools and utilize them for you so that you can get top dollar. Obviously, social media, whether or not we like it, I don't know what age group I am speaking to right now. I don't understand everything. My kids do, and I've hired a team to understand it. I pay a group of professionals to properly advertise a home using social media. No matter the age of your agent, whether they are a TikTok star or an Instagram influencer, or they're paying somebody to do it for them, your home should be creating buzz on social media platforms. Two of the most popular right now are TikTok and Instagram, actually, and YouTube as well. YouTube is probably number one. I don't want to get too deep into that, but if you have questions about it, feel free to reach out to me individually or drop a comment in the chat. More than happy to answer your questions. So, more signs your home is not properly marketed. Was there a targeted audience strategy? This is very important if you are commonly hearing about certain issues that your home might have had. There is a buyer for every home. There's a wife for every husband. There's a husband for every wife, right? Our job is to match make. So if there was no targeted audience strategy, then how are you attracting qualified buyers and bringing the right people into your home? Limited networking efforts. So did your agent leverage their professional network, including other agents, relocation services to find buyers? Right now, in the market that we're currently experiencing, relo buyers are your bread and butter for getting top dollar. Whatever agent you choose, they should be in like this with relo companies, HR directors, the people who are moving potential buyers into our area who need to purchase a home. Okay, this is the hardest one, and I saved it for last because some of you are definitely going to exit at the thought of this. Is it my home? Was it me? Is my home the reason why my home didn't sell? So this is hard to digest, and hear me out before you hang up here. The old adage, location, 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 probably sounds cliche to you, but it holds true for a reason. The value of a property is significantly influenced by its surroundings. I'm going to give you guys an example. I was recently at a real estate event in Miami, and I went to visit an old friend who's the director of the newest tower, the most expensive tower in Bal Harbour, the Rivage. So why does the same size condo on the same floor, one is on the market for 60 million and the other is on the market for 14 million? Who can tell me what is the difference? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Why is the same condo size on the same floor, one is priced at 60 million and the other is at 14 million? That's right. You got it right, Adriana. Ocean view. An ocean view commands a premium. Similarly, in any geographic area, location factors can negatively or positively impact a home's value. These things can include, keep in mind there's no oceanfront property here in Dallas, Texas, but what other things can affect us? Proximity to cemeteries, nightclubs, main roads, freeways, pawn shops, liquor stores, schools, being adjacent to a dilapidated home or a neglected property. So here in Dallas, Texas, we have a lot of other factors. Obviously, we don't have oceanfront property, but maybe you're in a golf course community. This is very common here. A home on a golf course can sell for twice the amount as the home on the other side of the same street. Same size home, same builder. One's on the TPC, one's on the other side of the street. And they can be millions apart. Your agent, if they don't understand this, you should, because you live there. So what do you want to do to overcome that? And this is something we could get into on a one-on-one basis if you feel that this is your issue. But just to give you a little nugget to help you, if you feel that your home is maybe that home across the street from the golf course, well, who would want to buy that house? Maybe there's a guy who's been living on the golf course that's tired of getting his windows broken, and he drives a really nice car that the windows keep getting popped out by golf balls. Maybe he's tired of that. So what can your agent do to target that one specific buyer that would see a lot of value in your home across the street? Maybe they can go door knock the neighbors on the golf course, find out if that's been a problem for them. Maybe they can go to the local glass shop and find out if there's anyone that keeps complaining about broken windows. Maybe they can go to the local, imports expensive luxury car repair place and find out if there's a guy that's tired of golf balls hitting his car. There is something that you can over there is something that you can do to overcome things. You just have to get a little creative, and you also have to understand that there is inherently going to be a different value to a home, whether it's oceanfront, golf front, or on the other side of the street. Be careful not to misunderstand the comps in your neighborhood. Other things that we are specifically dealing with, especially here in Dallas, Texas, and this can be an issue for you wherever you are at watching this right now. Sometimes when we live in a home for long enough, we don't always notice things. This is the beginning of the year. This is the time of year when people start to realize, goodness, I've put on about 5 pounds each year for the past few years. Maybe it's time to take off. The same thing can be true of your home. Sometimes there can be things that you just miss because you just don't notice it. So if you're getting a lot of feedback, or if you've heard things like, well, there's cracks in the corners, or there's a lot of nail pops. Have I had the foundation looked at? You might be believing that there's nothing wrong with my foundation, but maybe there actually is. And this could be something that is deterring buyers from making an offer on your home. So what you can do if you've gotten a lot of feedback like this is give a call to an inspector and ask them to come out and take a look. If there is in fact no problem at all, you ask for that documentation and you have your realtor put it in the listing so that those concerns can no longer be a concern of a potential buyer, giving them peace of mind. These structural defects, roof failure, foundation issues, HVAC failures, especially here in Texas, you don't want to have a failing air conditioning in the summer. Plumbing problems, electrical problems. These issues can prevent buyers from obtaining a mortgage because lenders will not approve the financing for properties with structural defects. This can effectively eliminate any buyer requiring a mortgage from even considering the property. So a lot of the times when I sit down with home sellers and we talk about this in a little bit of a defensive manner, they'll start saying things like, well, I just want a cash buyer. The reality about cash buyers are typically, unless you're in a multiple offer situation, a cash buyer is going to pay 10 to 20% below fair market value. So if you are limited to cash buyers only, you are not going to get top dollar for your home. And if you don't want to do the repairs, that's fine. Just understand that that's where the value for your home is. If you want to get top dollar for your home and the ROI makes sense for you to do those repairs or have your insurance pay for those repairs so that your home can now be available to buyers utilizing a mortgage, that might be the better option for you. Speak with your professional to look at all of the options and decide which one makes the best financial sense for you and your family. So the key takeaway on location or condition is that both can dramatically affect whether your home will sell for fair market value or require an adjustment to attract potential buyers. Understanding and addressing these factors is essential for you to achieve a successful sale. If you believe either of these were a factor affecting you, discuss it further with your agent and be open to the feedback. This information can be difficult to hear, but once you know what to do, it's exciting because you will have a plan. All right. So now that we have heard about why it didn't sell, let's talk about what needs to be done to sell. That's the most important, right? That's why you're here. So we've identified the problem. The problem in most cases is the marketing. Not every case, but most of the time it's the marketing. So, whether you need to hire a professional, which is a different marketing person, a different real estate agent, or if you need to make changes to the home, or if you need to make changes to the price and keep your same agent, the next thing you're going to want to do after making those adjustments is take action. I'm going to give you a couple of tips for if you are one of those people that are considering hiring a different realtor, what to look out for and what to look for when hiring your next agent. So, first, like I said, you want to identify the problem. Was it price? Was it the realtor? Was it the location or condition? Or was it a combination of any of the above? If you find that the main problem you experienced was the marketing, here is a plan to help you choose a professional. So the first thing you're going to want to look for when choosing your next agent is, do they have experience working with sellers? Have they primarily worked with home sellers or do they represent buyers? So homeowners tell me all the time, well, how am I supposed to know this? It's really easy, guys. You go to this search tool called homes.com, real simple, homes.com. Then you put in the agent's name, verify it's the correct agent. Sometimes, like Jane Smith, there's some more than one. Make sure it's the right realty office and area. And then you're going to scroll to the bottom. And what you will find is the amount of homes that they have sold for sellers versus the amount of homes they have sold for buyers. And what you're going to want to look for is someone who works more for sellers than they do for buyers. Why is this important? Well, if you needed to get a new heart, you would want to go to a cardiac surgeon. You wouldn't want to go to a, nose plastic surgery doctor, right? You would want to get the right doctor to help you with the problem you're having. It is no different with real estate. Skill sets can vary. Some agents are rock stars at helping buyers find the right house. They know every builder, they have every lender in their back pocket, they know all the tricks to get buyers the best possible deal on the best possible home. They may not necessarily be the right agent to sell your home. They may not have the right tools to help you get top dollar and achieve your goals. This is why it's very important to know whether your agent is a seller's agent or a buyer's agent. The next thing you should do is check out the client experience. We live in a review nation, guys. If you have ever had a bad experience, 9 out of 10 people have put that experience on Google, Yelp, or somewhere for someone to see. The same is true of real estate agents. And the best place to look at reviews is on Zillow.com. When a negative review is posted on Zillow.com, an agent cannot remove it. It is unremovable. So Zillow is the best place to look at reviews. If an agent has a lot of 3 and 2-star reviews, the client experience is probably not what you're looking for. The other thing you want to look for is how many homes to reviews do they have? If they've sold 1,000 homes and they have 5 reviews, that's typically not a good sign. They're going to treat you like a conveyor belt, and it's maybe not going to be the best personal experience for you. What you want to see is someone who has at least 20% reviews to sales. So if they have 100 sales, they should have at least 20 4.5 plus star reviews. If you have any questions about that, you can go ahead and drop it in the chat or connect with me, after this webinar. Some other things to help you when hiring a professional. You see how this gal in the pink coat is interviewing the other gal? Well, this is an interview. And for some reason, While some of you might be CEOs or hiring managers or entrepreneurs that hire people every day, and you look at resumes and you check references, but for some reason, people never check the references of the agent they work with. And it's pretty wild considering that your home is one of the largest assets that you own. This is no less important than it is hiring your assistant. Checking the references of previous sellers that have worked with this agent can give you an insight into their reliability, their professionalism, and their results. You don't necessarily want an agent that everyone loves and raves about. You want an agent that gets the job done, that got the seller what they wanted. Enthusiasm. This is huge. Have you ever talked to an agent and felt like you had to wake them up? Maybe your past agent. Did you ever feel like you were calling them to make sure that they were even still in the business? Well, enthusiastic agents, hands down, sell homes for higher prices, just like any other job. Someone who is excited about what they're doing, excited about your home, and really wants to help you is going to get your home sold for a higher price if they have the skills and the track record and experience to achieve it. Some red flags. Well, I'm from New Jersey originally and I'm a skeptic. So reading this, I would say, of course, you're going to tell me not to cut commission. Hear me out on this, guys. If an agent can't even negotiate for themselves, how are they going to get you top dollar? A strong negotiator is essential to protecting your interest. And this could mean the difference for you of thousands, or if you're in the $1 million range, hundreds of thousands of dollars for you. Great agents, especially in the luxury market, they're actually a little bit scary when you ask them this question. They will be a little bit offended when you ask them this question. Not in a rude way. They're just very proud of their skills. That's a good sign. You want an agent who not only is going to stand up for themselves, but most importantly, for you and your home. Another thing that's a red flag, while we may enjoy sometimes feeling like the boss and pushing people around, it can give us a little hit of dopamine. Your agent has to be the leader and not the follower. Your agent is going to be the quarterback of this transaction, and maintaining leverage over the other side, guiding the process, is in your best interest. They must remain professional. They should never be a pushover. They must confidently advocate for you and your goals. I cannot stress this enough for you guys. One of the number one reasons why I've been so successful here is I have essentially been able to push around the other agents who are not skilled. The agents who are just, oh my God, you have a dog? I have a dog. Let's do business. I am able to beat them out of thousands of dollars for my clients because they do not know how to negotiate and they do not advocate for their clients. Hear me loud and hear me clear. While someone might be your best friend and you may love playing tennis with them or paddleball, do not use them as your agent. They are going to cost you a lot of money if that is the way they maintain themselves in a negotiation situation. Now, this is probably a little bit confusing. At the same time, while someone should confidently advocate, they must also be kind, collaborative, and know how to conflict resolve. Teamwork is essential and critical to overcoming the challenges that arise in a transaction. Challenges always come up. No matter how wonderful the home, the neighborhood, the agents, the buyers, the sellers are, problems happen. And your agent should have strong communication skills to be able to collaborate with the other parties and help bring everyone together to the finish line. Again, this is a real fine line that people walk. They should be able to both advocate for you confidently and also be kind and willing, collaborative to help everyone overcome problems that arise. If you have any questions about this, reach out to me. These are all red flags you should be aware of, and they might be things you've already experienced. As I'm sitting here speaking, you're probably saying, yep, that was my agent. Okay, so all that's left for you to do is take action. Now may not be the right time for you to sell your home. You may not need to sell your home, and it might be better for you to enjoy where you're currently living. Whatever you decide to do, your agent, your family, everyone should support the option that you feel best serves your goals. So whether you decide to stay and enjoy the home until the market gets to the price that you would accept, rent the home, which means transitioning to becoming a landlord so that you can hopefully generate cash flow or, put yourself in a better financial position. Or if now is the right time and what you're looking to do is sell the home, you will want to have a strategic plan and then achieve the best possible results in the current market by taking action. Whatever you decide and do whatever one of these three options best fits you. It's going to create so much stress for you to go back and forth and not be sure. Just pick one and stick with it. Whatever it is, everyone in this situation is going to respect you for what you want to do. Now, I realize I've been talking for a little bit longer than expected. If you felt that this was a very informative and helpful webinar, but you wanted to see if I could take a look at your situation and provide you with a little bit more insight as to what exactly happened for you in your home, or if you wanted to potentially interview me to be one of those potential candidates that you would want to work with, go ahead and use the link to schedule a 15-minute Zoom call with me. You can also follow me on my social channels. We have a YouTube channel. I have an Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I am stalker friendly, so happy to answer any questions you guys have, help you in any way possible. Even if you feel that you want to stay with your current realtor, I'm more than happy to provide both of you with support so that you can achieve your goals. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you got a lot out of this today.